Welcome, everyone, to Annapolis, Maryland, and the Naval Academy, where we're honored to watch some of the nation's finest square off on the gridiron. We're really looking forward to this matchup. You've got a team that's made its way into the top 25, now trying to pass an all-important road test. As we'll see the number 21 team in the country, the South Florida Bulls. The Bulls will get us underway with the opening kickoff. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Mids offense will have the first possession of the game. And they're led out there by a man who will carry the ball plenty in this one, guys.
Well, it's real simple. He's the best player on their team. They have got to force-feed this guy the football, David.
No doubt about it. The offense goes through him. Excited to see how they've built this offense and how many different ways they can get him touches.
Tried to pound it on first down, now back to the line. The give to the fullback. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27. And to keep this opening drive going, they'll need to convert 3rd and 1. On the option. Low man wins, and he just smashed him. And with that effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line. Here comes Navy back to the line after picking up the first down. They'll go to the fullback. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
And the fullback breaks off a nice gainer there. No such thing as just 3 yards in a cloud of dust with this guy. He can make people miss and get you a play.
The freshman able to get home with the sack.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play action.
Fires to the right. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's 4th down. Navy will have to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Looking for a block. It's Smith. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. The Bulls offense will try to get something started with their first possession. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys that are the leaders. These are the guys getting everybody organized and have to play well for their team to succeed.
He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all offseason, so they better be ready to bring it today, dude.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. All kinds of running room. He's at the 20. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds. And the Bulls are flying down the field. Smith takes the handoff. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
I know the passing game sells, and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards a pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
Get it out on the screen. Touchdown, South Florida. That is the ultimate grab and go for the score.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And Navy will go back on the attack. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
This offense set up with a 2nd and short. On the option. They make the stop, but not before he picks up a 1st down for Navy. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He's going to pass. And the freshman will chalk up a sack.
Well, he's off to an awesome start this season. Had a sack in the last game, gets his 1st sack right now. I think he has a chance to be a huge focal point in this defense moving forward, but let's just worry about what's happening now. This offense has to find a way to slow him down.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Navy will have to punt it away. That last punt basically flipped the field. They'd like to do it again. Running it back, it's Smith. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. And, David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
3rd and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? They'll go with a direct snap. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the 1st down. We've come to the end of the quarter, and USF is on top. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. The Bulls getting set on 1st and 10. Right back to the well.
I know that wasn't a big, huge play, and everybody's not excited. The fans aren't going crazy. But those are the plays that in the 4th quarter matter a lot. Again, making you tackle my back, making you feel the physicality of the football game throughout so you get tired and get worn down in the 4th quarter.
Running toward the tape. Run out of bounds just before he can get it into the end zone, and now they're set up 1st and goal. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3. And the D deny them on 2nd and goal. Direct snap. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, USF. Lining up to add another. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
South Florida, 14, Navy, 0.
And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Goes to the option. He locked up and held on to bring him down. 3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Complete downfield. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down. Navy is clicking on all cylinders right now. Now on the option. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. Stuck with a running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. Here comes the option. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
Well, that's just on the defense. I'm sorry. Fullbacks are not supposed to be able to rip off big runs like that. The defense, they better do a better job tackling as this game goes on.
Looking to throw, it's Horvat. Makes the grab on the left. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup.
I like the mitts, the big fella coming in with the catch. Hey, running a little bit of a route, showing a little wiggle, getting open, throwing the football. That's what to catch it, big fella.
Spins away with great balance. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. They'll run the option. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? 2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. He's looking for a man on 2nd down. And it's caught! Touchdown, Navy!
Man, I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Here's the return from inside his 10. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's
Slips one guy, now he's loose. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42.
And what a massive play for the offense. Not only getting the football across the 50, but they've now put themselves in position to steal a few more points here before the half.
Wide receiver shows motion. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
On the play. Brings up 2nd down.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. Brown will throw it. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the 1st down.
And that's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And that defender was just smothering the quarterback on that screen attempt. You know, the QB's taught to hold on to it to the last possible second. He had no shot trying to negotiate that defender.
Snap it to the back. Makes one man miss. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. And the Bulls will line it up on 1st and 10. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. The sweet feet buy a little time. Looking for the score. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. 2nd down coming. Running out of time here in the 1st half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Pocket starts to collapse. Headed to the end zone. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Bulls.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
To get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. And the offense will play it safe, take a knee, and head to halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, what else is new? A spirited environment there in Annapolis. And it's been said football is a game of inches. And guess what? Based on the comparison between third down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen and panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most. And with that, let's send it back to the guys on the hallowed grounds of the U.S. Naval Academy.
South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
He's past the 30. Can anyone catch him? And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way. That kind of play will send a surge of energy through your offense. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 40. They go to the ground. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
Well, you see the defense make a big play there in the RPO, and they're doing it because they're starting to load the box. If you're the play caller offensively, you might want to think about having your quarterback keep the ball and then try to throw it downfield.
You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on 2nd down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can...
Picked off! And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. They'll run the option. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
Yeah, it's a nice job by this defense. Understanding, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to throw.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost. These types of option plays, but he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off. When
they get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Navy will have to punt it away. He'll bring it back. It's Smith. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Quickly out to the tight end. He makes the stop at the 48. That'll be enough for a 1st down and a pickup of 10. New set of downs after that completion. The inside handoff. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Linebackers have such an amazing responsibility. Got to play run, got to play pass. How about this? Seeing the run aggressively, getting downhill, and getting in the backfield and making a tackle for a loss.
A little screen to the running back. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the 1st down.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
They'll try to bully their way for the 1st. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35.
This is a top 25 offense in college football, and I like what they do. That they can run the football on third downs when they need to. They show you right there. They've got some balance to them. They really know who they are. They have a good identity, and that's why they've been so successful this season.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. And here comes play number 6 of the drive. They're trying to get to it. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. A third and long coming up here. Brown wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot. And on fourth down, here comes the field goal unit. He's going to reach for a long one, a 52-yard attempt. And it's no good. He missed it. Missed the field goal, missed the chance to make it a 3-possession game, but still a 14-point lead, guys.
And no sting for this team. I tell you what, when you drive the field against a really, really good defense and you have an opportunity to get points, you got to capitalize on them now. And that one will sting a little bit because I thought the offense did a good job moving the ball down the field.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Line getting set on second down. He'll ride his man on the option. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. On the option. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know, when you're handing off to your fullback, oftentimes these guys need some space to work so they can build up a head of steam and get the speed going, but that guy didn't have anywhere to go on that one.
And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. South Florida has it back, and the Bulls offense will return to the field. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down the end.
We've come to the end of the quarter, and USF is on top. And they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the third quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. Trying to escape and get it himself. They finally get him on the ground, but not before he rips off enough for a first down.
Man, that's so frustrating. It happens so fast. He just pulls it down. It looks like pass. He pulls it down, and he's gone. Just like that, chewing up yards. So much speed, so hard to stop.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Brown will throw it. This senior quarterback never afraid to run it when he has to pick up a first down. The Bulls come to the line with a new set of downs. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Shoots it to the left. This will be picked off, maybe just the turning point they needed. Never really got that return cranking, but the offense is set up at the 30. Line gets set, first down. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. The option look. Hard-nosed, determined effort to work his way up to the 35-yard line. After the last run, would you just give it to him again on third down? On the option. He'll toss it. Really tough run there. He got 4. That'll leave him a yard short on fourth down. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
All right, so they fail on that fourth down, but the game is not over yet. There's still time. Defense has to get the offense is going to have to score quickly. You have to execute now.
Trying to impose their will on the ground as he stopped after a 5-yard pickup to the 33. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Pulls and throws off the RPO. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. They'll give him 4 yards on the carry. It's down at the 8.
The 8-yard line.
And that's really nice offensively because you're in the red zone. You do have an opportunity to add to your lead here, but you're staying in bounds. I think the clock right now is the most important thing. How can we keep this thing ticking away? And by going down in bounds, you're doing exactly that.
He caught it. He gets it in. Touchdown Bulls. They extend the lead here in the fourth, and after stumbling early, about to push their record to 3-1. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And here comes the Navy offense. The deficit is large, hope is fainting, but they'll try to finish strong.
They made a lot of mistakes in this game, and that's why it looks like they're going to take the L. Lots of things to improve on, lots of things to coach upon, and at this point, I think if you're a head coach, David, you're just trying to see which of your guys aren't quitting late.
Yeah, which is a real thing, by the way. Who's going to compete to the final whistle? What do we talk about all the time? Coaches are always preaching to these guys. Don't worry about the scoreboard. Just compete as hard as you can. So, good opportunity to try to finish this game with something positive.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Throws to the wideout. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it. Now they've got it at the 44 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw it again. Coming after it. Just gets rid of it before the heat. Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance. And the incompletion brings up a 2nd down for this offense. Looking to pass. It's Horvath. Pulls it in. Knocked down immediately, but they couldn't stop him from getting the big gainer to the 30. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. He wants to throw. Finds his man. It's Kent. Quick timeout called by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. After the 1st down completion, it's 2nd and short. He's looking to throw. And they're in for a touchdown late in this game.
Nice job by the offense, going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
And the point after is good. They're definitely up against it. Time running out, down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. South Florida ready to send the offense back onto the field. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today, too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the